Now, first caller that asked me to call to question you on something they didn't know if they were going to get through. How many illegal immigrants do we have in the city's estimate, and how many are working? I know that years, well, almost 2 years ago, I guess it would have been a year and a half ago, you guesstimated, although I don't know how you do it, but you guesstimated between 7,000 and 10,000,
right? Which
was, probably fairly accurate. Do you have any reason to believe there's more, and how many are working?
Well, second question's harder than the first. I actually think I should be a little bit more broader brush. I think there may be as few as 6,000 people. There may be as many as 10,000, but I think the range is a little bit broader now after having gone through many of the neighborhoods and begun to try and figure out how we're going to do a census count. But the fact of the matter is, it's a tremendous amount of people who are here living in New Bedford that don't have legal status. As far as how many are working goes, that would strictly be a pure guess. But I would think that you're talking about a very higher than normal unemployment rate. So I would think you're talking about perhaps a third are working. I would think maybe half are working in that area. But I think there are an awful lot of people who are here that are not working, that there's not jobs. They may work odd jobs, something like that. But I don't think that each day you have a workforce of 6,000 to 10,000 people who are here illegally. Okay. I just don't see that.
All right. Homeowners, when their water is shut off in the city, a guy complained today that if it's shut off the first time, that resident is charged $120 to get it turned back on once he pays his bill. If it's shut off again, it's progressive, so it goes to $240, and if it's shut off again, it goes to $480. Is this true? And if it is that something you feel is fair? That was I think how we wanted it phrased.
Let me say this. I don't know. Fairness is a word that I think is a lot of it has to do with the position you're in. But it sounds unduly harsh, quite frankly, especially in these economic times. So I'm going to look at that closely, and I appreciate the caller for asking you to ask me about this, Ken. I also though want to say that not only we, the mayor's office, but the water board and the commissioner of the Department of Public Infrastructure, Ron LaBelle, try and work very hard to make sure that people's water is not turned off, and if it is, it's turned off turned back on immediately as soon as we can. And I've been cutting an awful lot of slack lately for people who are facing their water being shut off, because I know it's very, very difficult times, and we'll continue to do that. We're trying to be as friendly as we can. I know there's an expense to shutting off the water and turning it back on, and I know that the person who's paying for their water each month shouldn't bear the expense that it costs for a crew member to go out and shut a place down and then turn it back on. But I don't know. This may be punitive, and I'll look at it.
All right. I have some more that are written down from callers who called earlier on the show, but we do have callers waiting. We'll get to them, and we'll come back to mine in just a few moments. And thank you for calling the Ken Pittman Show. Ask the Mayor with Scott Lang. You're next.
Hi.
Hi.
I live on Brownell Avenue, and I am not one happy homeowner this afternoon. I have a major sewage mess in my cellar. It backed up through my 2 basement sinks. I've lived here 35 years. I've had water problems before. I live 1 street south of the pond. I'm in between the pond and the synagogue. I'm used to this water problem. But today I have sewage that has forced me out of my home. I'm actually calling you from my deck. It stinks. That's the word. So bad in my home that you really can't go in. I called the city. They said, we'll put you on a list. There's 100 people ahead of you. I know. I understand. Okay, I called my insurance company. No, I'm not covered. So tomorrow I'm going to have professional cleaners, and I'm a hard worker. I'm a woman that does my own lawn. I take care of my house. This is beyond anything I can possibly clean myself. The stench, the sludge that's floating in my cellar is beyond. And you know what? I'm upset because I feel that the sewage problem where we live in this West End is getting so bad. And now I'm going to have to take $500, I'm sure, out of my pocket to pay to have my cellar cleaned up tomorrow, because right now it's inhabitable. The stench in this house would make you throw up.
Can I, let me just say a couple of things, and then what I want you to do is call my office and give the address, okay? I don't know, can you still hear me? Okay. Obviously the reason this happened was nothing to do with your house, and clearly to do with the way the system is set up, which is unfortunately a combined sewer and water, runoff type of a system that we have, and we're doing our best, slowly but surely, to separate between groundwater or rainwater and sewage. But what happens is the pressure gets so badly that the pipes can't handle the flow, and then it begins to back up and seek a level, and it'll go, if you have a toilet on your first floor, a basement, it's gonna overflow there. If it sinks, it's gonna overflow there. Give us, we're gonna have to deal with this. I mean, as I said, this is a very, very unusual situation. We're gonna have to deal with it case by case. Get us your name and address at the office, and we will, I'll make some calls as soon as I'm done with the show. I'm gonna give you the phone number. It's 508-979-1410. The city crews have been straight out since 11 o'clock this morning, and I know there's a long list, and we've been working very, very hard at St. Luke's Hospital to try and alleviate some real problems over there. But
Elaine, I think the time has come. We people in the West End, put up with this for years. It's the water is one thing, but this sewerage takes it to a whole new level. This smell, you wouldn't want to come home to this tonight. It's not even fit to live in tonight. It's so bad. I have a tape, and it goes from the cellar to the second floor to the point of nauseating.
Okay, ma'am, let me hold you there, and Mayor Lang, thank you for the call. You gave the number out, right?
508-979-1410. Call the office with your name, with the address, and I'll get on it as soon as we do the first commercial.
All right, and that first commercial is now, and I can tell you that all the lines are lit up, and your patients will be rewarded. Right after this, we'll come back and get right to the phones. Don't go away. Hi, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
As long as people can get through, you can call anytime you want. You can call me at my office every single day, every hour on the hour. You can see me out on the street, but evidently an awful lot of people have been calling. An awful lot of people have been calling, not being able to get through. So we're just trying to rotate it, but I'm very happy to hear from you. Is there anything that you wanted to ask me today?
Well, and you're free to turn the station, but we don't want you to. We just want people to get through. Some people go on for minutes at a time that are heard, a number of times every week. I think that we would prefer to hear new voices, people that aren't able to get through, that have an opportunity to reach the mayor. Would rather hear from them as opposed to the same voices every single time he comes on. And that's a BSM decision, not anything Scott was involved with. Thank you for calling. You're on the air. Are you there, caller? Hi, Steve. Going fine, thanks.
How are you? Good, thank you, Steve.
A day like today, I can't even imagine.
It's a little bit hectic today.
Imagine. Same problems. Hopefully, we can take care of some of them during your administration. The Wamsutter complex, I think, is going great. The building looks beautiful with the things they're doing right now over there. And all the shrubs and the lights that put in. But I have two questions. Cliftex, what does that stand, Scott? And Elko, the street straight through Phillips Avenue. I'll hang up and listen to you answer. You're doing a pretty good job. Take care.
Well, I'll take pretty good today.
It's like a plaza meter with Steve, isn't it?
It's and it's I can't tell. I think I'm back up because I think last time it was good.
That's like a C-, I think, this week.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him either. I'm walking around today and shaking my head about this water issue, but.
Why, did you order this rain?
No, I didn't. But I tell you, I wish it hadn't come.